I'm back, and I'm really close up. Deal with it. I need some water. Save plastic. Okay. Book review. Number 3. This book is not for the faint of heart. It's not for everyone. It's not for young people. It's not for people with a queasy stomach. It's not for people... I don't know. You've probably heard of it because it's very famous. It's been a movie. It's called In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. This book is... Okay, Truman Capote wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's. Probably something that a lot more people have heard of than this one. Although this is pretty famous, but I don't know. So this book is basically Truman Capote writing about the mass murder of the Clutter family in Kansas in the 50s. You know, part of it covers the Clutter family, and then the other part of it covers the people who murdered them. He does interviews with them, and he goes to visit them in prison and talks to their parents. And his best friend was actually Harper Lee, the woman who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. So that's a spicy fun fact for you. I am not easily disturbed. And there was one part in this book that was very difficult for me to get through, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's disturbing. When I was telling my mom that I wanted to read this, she told me that it was disturbing, and then she also said something really interesting. When she read this book when it first came out, you know, there weren't shows like CSI or, you know, SVU or all these crime shows where they show really gory things and really gory circumstances. So we're kind of desensitized as, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? Generation, maybe? I don't know. We're kind of desensitized as a generation. Because we've seen these things on TV and we've been seeing them for so long that it kind of doesn't affect us anymore. And I found that to be actually very true. I already knew the story of this. We had read, it started out as an article in the New Yorker, and we read that in one of my classes. So I already knew the story, and I saw the movie Capote, which is the movie that chronicles him writing this book. It's not the movie In Cold Blood. It's confusing. But there is a movie about that too. So, yeah, so I was a little desensitized to the things that back when this first came out were probably very off-putting to people who read it. But it is an excellent book. It's very well written. You know, Truman Capote is, you know, a very good writer, very legendary. And since it's based on a true story, I feel like I can kind of tell you a little bit more because it's, you know, easy to find out what happened on your own without reading the book. And I feel like knowing what happened before reading the book, if you're interested in reading the book, is better. There was a family, the Clutter family, that was murdered in their house in, I want to say, 56? Let me find that for you. In Holcomb, Kansas. Pretty sure it's 1956. If I'm wrong, get over it. It's called Wikipedia. You can look it up yourself. My followers, yay! So, they were all murdered. Well, not all of them. There were 4 of them living in the house. The mom, the dad, Nancy, the 15-year-old daughter, and the son, who I can't remember his name right now. Kenyon was his name. They were all murdered in very horrific ways. I'm not going into detail. And the two who did it intentionally went in there for a robbery. Random. I actually wasn't random. The Clutter family lived, in a nice house. So these people thought they had money, thought they would find things, and they didn't. And the family saw who they were. So I guess they thought they had to kill them. But yes, it's a very heart-wrenching story of this family. But like I said, don't read it if you can't handle things like that. I kind of attributed it to The Lovely Bones. If you've read that, I read the book a while ago, and I saw the movie when it came out, and that movie really disturbed me and really stuck with me for a very long time. So if you think that'll happen to you, don't read this. But I thought I'd review it anyway because it is a book that I have read. And it's a book that I love. And yeah, I feel like this is a more somber book review because of the book that I'm reviewing. Because it's not funny in any way you look at it unless you're sick and twisted, and then you probably aren't following me on Tumblr. So, oh, I'm sorry, 1959. It says it right there on the back of the book. Me. It's so thorough. Okay, but there you have it, In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. If you want to read other books by Truman Capote, like I said before, he wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is a classic, obviously. And he has some holiday books that are... This is actually his only book that's nonfiction. So, yeah. So that's all I have to say about that. And I hope you like these little reviews that I'm doing because I like making them. Because I'm bored. And it's Tuesday and Thursday is Thanksgiving. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably actually going to post this on Thanksgiving. So if you're with your family and you want a little distraction and a little spicy book review, you can come on over to my Tumblr. I'll be here all day. And you can watch this, and you can watch the other ones that I'm going to post. I'm going to post one Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday on Thanksgiving. Hopefully I'll post one every day until I run out of books. Then you guys are just going to have to fend for yourselves.